Hello and welcome to Express News. I'm Amritpal Singh. This is a show on which we tell you what happens around the globe and in the country today over the next half hour in a quick news format. Let's begin with the top stories we are tracking at this hour. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds a virtual summit with his Vietnamese counterpart Nguyen Xuan Phuc. In his opening remarks, the Prime Minister said that Vietnam is an important pillar of India's Act East policy and a vital partner of the Indo-Pacific vision. He said that relations between India and Vietnam are growing rapidly and spreading to new areas. The Prime Minister said that next year both countries will be members of the UN Security Council and cooperation in the global context will increase. He said that both nations will implement a joint vision document 21-23, which is a plan of action for bilateral engagement. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that societies are open-minded, democratic and transparent are better suited to innovate. Virtually addressing the 6th Indo-Japan Samvad conference today, Prime Minister said that discussions on global growth cannot happen just between a few. He stressed that the agenda must be broader and growth patterns must follow a human-centric approach. The Prime Minister envisioned that this decade and beyond will belong to those societies that place a premium on learning and innovating together. He said that innovation is the cornerstone to human empowerment and true learning should promote innovation. Highlighting the importance of this Samvad Forum to promote the ideas and ideals of Lord Buddha, Prime Minister Modi proposed the creation of a library related to traditional Buddhist literature. He said that India is happy to create such a facility and the library will collect digital copies of all such Buddhist literature from different countries around the world. Stressing on the need of Samvad, the Prime Minister said it should spread the spirit of positivity, unity and compassion across our planet. He said the essence of Samvad remains togetherness and this is the time to draw upon our ancient values and prepare for times to come. In Assam, 63 militants belonging to 4 rebel outfits formally laid down arms in a ceremony in Guwahati. The militants belong to 4 rebel outfits. United Liberation Front of Assam, Independent Ulfa I, People's Democratic Council of Karbi Longri, PDCK and the Masa National Liberation Army or the DNLA and the United People's Liberation Front were a part of that. The government has asked farmers to choose a date for next round of talks. In a letter to farmer unions, Joint Secretary in the Agriculture Ministry, Vivek Agrawal, urged them for a dialogue to resolve the issue and said the centre is making all efforts to find an appropriate solution to resolve all issues raised by the farmers with an open mind. Union Minister Prakash Javadekar said that Modi government has taken a number of steps for the welfare of farmers since 2014. He said that these measures by the government are for prosperity of farmers and for flourishing of the agriculture sector. Union Minister Prakash Javadekar has said that the government is doing its best to bring about emerging technologies in agriculture by upgrading the National E-Governance Project for Agriculture. In a tweet, Javadekar said that the welfare of farmers and agriculture industry is at the core of all these initiatives by the centre. Power and New and Renewable Energy Minister R.K. Singh today said that electricity service providers will be penalized if they provide poor service to consumers. He said that the government is committed to protecting the rights of consumers. While making an announcement of rules laying down power consumer rights, Union Minister R.K. Singh said that the government is empowering the common man through the rules and now are no more powerless. He emphasized that everyone must know their rights and available remedies. Karnataka High Court stayed the August 31st state government order which was issued to drop criminal prosecution in 61 cases against MLAs and ministers. The court directed that no further steps shall be taken on the basis of order dated 31st October. NIA court has ordered framing of charges against Kashmiri separatist Asia Andrabi, the founder of Duktarane Millet and her 2 associates for allegedly waging war against India, sedition and conspiracy to commit terror acts in the country. Ahead of assembly elections in Tamil Nadu, actor turned politician Kamal Hassan ruled out any possibility of an alliance with the Kazhagam parties, All India Anna Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam or AIADMK and the DMK of the state. He said this while addressing a press conference during the second leg of the campaigning in Kanchipuram district of Tamil Nadu. Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson, national spokesperson and District Development Council elections in charge Kashmir, Shahnawaz Hussain said that people's participation in recently held elections is a victory of democracy. Addressing a press conference in Srinagar, he said that people have shown their faith and trust in the democracy of the country. Shahnawaz Hussain said that people have sent strong message to anti-national elements who had some other intentions, adding that they are frustrated now by seeing the brisk polling during elections. Passengers travelling in the Puri-Surat Express train had narrow escape on Monday when the train derailed after hitting an elephant between Hathibari and Manesar railway stations. Only 6 wheels were derailed. No casualty or injury has been reported. Actor Arjun Rampal was today interrogated by Narcotics Control Bureau or the NCB in Mumbai in a drug case. He was summoned by the NCB to appear before it for questioning. Union Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar today released the status of leopard in India 2018 report. While addressing the media, he said that India has now 12,852 leopards. More than 60% increase in population has been recorded over the previous estimate, which was conducted in 2014. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman held the 11th pre-budget consultations with leading experts in infrastructure, energy and climate change in connection with the forthcoming Union Budget 2021-2022 in New Delhi today. It's a highly tumultuous trading day for stock markets. Equity benchmarks recorded huge downturn in afternoon trade, with Sensex taking a deep dive to more than 1,516 points. Nifty fell by more than 490 points. Bloodbath in intraday trading comes on the backdrop of dampened investor sentiment post reports of mutated coronavirus strain in the UK. All sectoral indices at the National Stock Exchange were in the red, with Nifty PSU Bank dripping by 4%, Private Bank by 2.2%, Metal by 3.8% and Auto by 2.8%. ONGC fell by 8.4% to 90.65 rupees per share, while GAIL dipped by 7.6%. Indian Oil Corporation and Bharat Petroleum Corporation retreated by 6.8% and 5.3% respectively. Aviation stocks also recorded a sharp dip, with SpiceJet falling by 9.5%, while Interglobe Aviation cracked 6.4% to 1,543.90. Veteran Congress leader Motilal Vora passed away today at the age of 93. A former Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Motilal Vora was a Rajya Sabha member from Chhattisgarh till April this year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and other political leaders condoled the death of senior Congress leader. President Ramnath Kovind participated in as a chief guest in the convocation ceremony of the King George's Medical College through a webinar today. In his address to the students, the President praised the doctors as lifesavers and said that doctors are supposed to be equal to God in society. Cold wave conditions continue to sweep several parts of eastern states like Odisha and Bihar. The icy winds coming from northern hilly regions made the mercury dip by 5 to 6 degrees. India's total active caseload has dropped to 3.03 lakh today. This is the lowest in 161 days. The total active cases were 3,01,609 on 13 July 2020. India's present active caseload consists of just 3.02% of India's total positive cases. The new recoveries have led to a net decline of 1,705 in the total active cases. The daily new recoveries recorded in the country have been more than daily cases registered since the last 24 days. The number of daily new cases in the last 24 hours is 24,337. 25,709 cases recovered and were discharged in the last 24 hours. Rising recoveries have also improved the recovery rate to 95.53% today. The total recovered cases stands at 96,606,111. These are amongst the highest globally. The gap between recovered cases and active cases is bridging fast and presently stands at 93,02,472. 71.61% of the new recovered cases are observed to be concentrated in 10 states and union territories. Kerala has recorded the maximum number of single-day recoveries with 4,471 newly recovered cases. 2,627 people recovered in West Bengal, followed by 2,064 in Maharashtra. 79.20% of the new cases are from 10 states and UTs. Kerala reported the highest daily new cases at 5,711. It is followed by Maharashtra with 3,811 new cases. West Bengal recorded 1,978 new cases. 333 case fatalities have been reported in the past 24 hours. 10 states and union territories account for 81.38% of the new deaths. Maharashtra saw the maximum casualties, that's 98, West Bengal and Kerala followed by 40 and 30 daily deaths respectively. India has one of the lowest deaths per million population globally, that's 105.7 per million. Focused measures including targeted testing, early identification and timely isolation and prompt hospitalization and standard treatment protocol have ensured that daily fatalities are under 400. According to the Indian Council of Medical Research, a total of 16 crore 20 lakh 98,329 samples tested for COVID-19 so far. Of these, 9,134 samples were tested on 20th December alone. Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan said that the government does not want to compromise on safety aspect of the vaccines. Maybe in the month of January, the centre can be in a position to give first COVID-19 vaccine shot to the people of India. The Union Health Ministry convened a meeting to discuss the emergence of a mutated variant of the coronavirus in the United Kingdom, which has led to a surge in infection rates in the British country. India suspends all flights originating from the UK to India. Consequently, flights from India to UK shall also temporarily remain suspended till the 31st of December 2020. As a measure of abundant precaution, passengers arriving from UK in all transit flights, that is flights that have taken off or flights which are reaching India before the 22nd of December, should be subject to mandatory RT-PCR test on the arrival at the airports. Several European countries have banned flights to and from Britain after news of a new coronavirus strain up to 70% more transmissible than the original breakout. Massive crowds jammed roads and train stations on their way leaving London hours before new COVID-19 lockdown went into effect due to the emergence of a newly discovered highly contagious coronavirus strain. What is believed to be the final Eurostar from Britain to Europe departed St. Pancras for Paris on Sunday evening. France is one of Britain's European neighbours who began closing their doors to travellers from the United Kingdom on Sunday amid alarm about a rapidly spreading strain of coronavirus that has caused cases to soar there. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison on Monday said that the growing Sydney coronavirus cluster was incredibly frustrating and disappointing for the people across the country. New South Wales said that 15 people had tested positive for COVID-19 in the past 24 hours, down from 36 infections detected a day earlier and bringing the total cases in the Northern Beaches outbreak to 83. US congressional leaders have reached an agreement on a $900 billion package to provide the first new aid in months to an economy hammered by the coronavirus pandemic. The package would be the second largest economic stimulus in the U.S. history following a $2.3 trillion aid bill passed in March. The package would give $600 direct payments to individuals to boost employment payments by $300 a week and give hundreds of billions of dollars in additional aid to small businesses. A second approved coronavirus vaccine began to leave warehouses on Sunday for healthcare facilities across the country. Vice President Mike Pence and his wife Karen were vaccinated early on Friday, as was House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Government officials are among the first to get the shots as part of a long-standing plans to protect the continuity of the government. 1 in 5 state and federal prisoners in the United States have tested positive for COVID-19, which is about 4 times the rate of cases among the U.S. overall population. As per reports, at least 275,000 prisoners across the U.S. have been infected with the coronavirus and more than 1,700 have died. Italians flocked to the main train stations in Milan and Rome to travel out of the cities over the weekend ahead of tight restrictions on movement during Christmas holidays. In Italy, under the new rules, non-essential shops will be shuttered between December 24th to 27th, December 31st to Jan 3rd and January 5th to 6th. Italy has also joined other European nations in suspending travel from Britain in a response to a new coronavirus strain spreading in England. The head of the European Parliament's Brexit group on Sunday said there was no clarity on whether the EU and the UK would reach an agreement following a crucial day of talks. David McAllister on Twitter said that there was no agreement reached on Sunday. As a result, the European Parliament will not be in a position to grant consent to an agreement this year. Nepal's president dissolved the parliament on Sunday at the request of Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's cabinet and announced that general elections will be held in April and May, more than a year ahead of schedule. 7 ministers stepped down, including the tourism head, citing Oli's decision to go against the popular mandate given to them in 2017 general election. Protesters burned effigies of him in various parts of the capital, Kathmandu. An earthquake of magnitude 6.3 was reported near Tokyo in Japan on Sunday night, according to India's National Center for Seismology. The epicenter of the earthquake was 631 kilometers northeast of Tokyo, Japan, as confirmed by the agency. The earthquake struck late night at a depth of 59 kilometers from the surface. Inspiration for a high fashion can come from strange places. One of the Taiwanese designers, it's upcycling old wires and bolts from the power industry. Wang Li Ling scours dumps, picking up old bits of metal and wires from Taiwan's main electricity supplier to add flair to her clothes. Cricketer Prithvi Shaw hit back at his critics who have been giving him a hard time due to his poor performance with the bat during the first test against Australia and the ongoing test series. The Board of Control for Cricket in India will hold the 89th annual general meeting on December 24th. This meeting will be extremely clinical in deciding critical in deciding the fate of IPL 2021 edition. Indian skipper Virat Kohli has fractionally closed the gap with Australian Stephen Smith at the top spot of the ICC Men's Test Batting ranking. South Africa legend Jacques Kallis will join England as batting consultant for their tour of Sri Lanka in January. Kallis is the third on the all-time list of the test run scorers. Former Chief Selector Dilip Vengsarkar has suggested that BCCI must send Rahul Dravid to Australia to address India's batting debacle down under. Sports Ministry has approved the inclusion of 4 indigenous games to be part of Khelo India Youth Games 2021, scheduled to take place in Haryana. The games include Gatka, Kalari Payattu, Thangta and Malakhamba. The 4 selected games represent different parts of the country. Scottish champions Celtic beat Hearts 4-3 on penalties in the Scottish Cup final to clinch an unprecedented domestic quadruple treble in Glasgow on Sunday. Celtic have now won all three domestic trophies, the Scottish Premiership, Scottish Cup and Scottish League Cup for the fourth successive year. Real Madrid beat Eibar to record a fourth straight La Liga win and keep pace with leaders at Atletico Madrid. Karim Benzema and Luka Modric and Lucas Vasquez scored goals and sealed the points for Real Madrid. Real Madrid moved above the second-placed Real Sociedad and La Liga, but have played 2 games more than leaders Atletico, with the city rivals level on points. Leicester put a major dent in Tottenham's Premier League title challenge. They defeated Tottenham Hotspur 2-0, climbing to second in the EPL table. The win, Leicester's 6th in 7 away games, lifts them to within 4 points of Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool after 14 matches and will have their fans dreaming again. Manchester United climbed to third in the EPL table with a remarkable 6-2 victory over old rivals Leeds at Old Trafford. Scott McTominay became the first player to score twice inside first 3 minutes of a Premier League game, as he scored in the second and third minute for Man U. The victory lifts Man U above fourth placed Everton on goal difference, while Leeds remain 7 points above the relegation zone in 14th. Rafael Leao scored the fastest goal in Serie A's history as AC Milan netted just after just 6 seconds of the victory at Sassuolo on Sunday. 3-time Grand Slam winner Andy Murray defeated British number 1 Dan Evans in his first match since October. Tiger Woods and his 11-year-old son Charlie finished 5 shots behind the winners Justin Thomas and his father at two-day exhibition event in Florida. 5 years after forming an unlikely friendship over their battle for the coveted Christmas number 1 pop star Justin Bieber and Lewisham and Greenwich NHS Choir released a charity single together on Friday. Bieber and the London-based NHS Choir, along with Chance the Rapper, have united to release a version of Bieber's hit song Holy, with profits going to charity. The music video shows the choir recording their parts for the track in London's famed Abbey Road studios. Back in December 2015, the Canadian singer tweeted his support for the choir to reach the British chart spot with their single Charity, despite competing against the choristers with his own record, Love Yourself. Bieber and the choir met in person in early February 2016 in a meeting organized by the official charts company. Profits from Holy will be split between NHS charities together, which represents over 230 NHS charities, and the Lewisham and Greenwich NHS Trust charity, in recognition of the extraordinary efforts of those on the medical front line during the coronavirus crisis. British soprano singer Sarah Brightman will reunite with her ex-husband Andrew Lloyd Webber as part of her live-stream Christmas concert this weekend. Brightman hopes Sarah Brightman, a Christmas symphony, give audiences something festive and beautiful, as well as offering employment to many musicians. Brightman was joined for the live show from Christchurch Spitalfields in London by an orchestra, choir Gregorian, singer Ella Jones and composer Andrew Lloyd Webber. There was a range of pieces performed during the concert. Brightman was in the middle of a world tour when the pandemic hit, and she plans to resume Sarah Brightman's world tour late next year. Actor Kartik Aaryan has shared his first glimpse of his character of Arjun Patnaik from his upcoming movie Dharmaka. The picture showcases Aaryan with long hair, spectacles and suit with bloodstains over it. Richa Chadda starrer film Shakila is all set to hit theatres this Christmas. The film, produced by Indrajit Lankesh, also features actor Pankaj Tripathi. Actress Tamanna Bhatia has turned 31 today. She has acted in many Telugu, Tamil and Hindi movies. Indian film actor, dancer and comedian Govinda also has his birthday today. He featured in movies like Hum, Ilzam and Jeete Hain Hum. The Los Angeles Film Critics Association has determined their picks for the year's best in the film. Small Axe has been tapped as the best picture. And that's it in Express News. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.